Hi everyone, I'm Christian from E.N.G Media. If you clicked on this video, you're probably in one of two situations. One, you're manually rotating through multiple Gmail accounts to send personalized cold emails and it's eating up hours of your week. Or two, you've tried instantly for personalization and realized you'd have to create a separate campaign for every single personalized email you want to send. Both suck. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how we built an N8N system that automatically rotates through 21 Gmail accounts, sends personalized cold emails at scale, tracks everything in real time. The best part, I'm giving you the complete template for free. By the end of this video, you'll have a working system that saves you 10 or more hours per week. So let's get into it. So here's what we'll be building today. This is the N8N flow that we use. We'll go node by node just to explain exactly how it's working and then exactly how you can use it. So in this example, it checks every 2 minutes. For us, we actually just manually execute the workflow instead of leaving it active all the time. It reads pending emails from the Google Sheets doc I'll show you in a second, sees if it has the required data, then picks the account via rotation. So it has numbers listed from 0 to 20, so there's 21 total accounts that I have in this one. Then it merges all the sends and updates both Google Sheet documents. This is what the Google Sheet document looks like. That ID is the email, so you pick a number 0 through 21, who you're sending the email to, what their name is, the subject line of the email, the body of the email, and then the status is always pending. After the email is sent, this will change. These will also update on their own after the email is sent, and then this will also as well. So if we show you an example for this one, I would press the execute workflow button. It reads the pending emails. Make sure it had the required data, select account 4 from the ID I put in, then it updates both of the logging in the tracking system. So if we go back here, status sent, from which email account, and exactly what time it sent it at, and then it has the exact email body, and then you can update this on your own or build another workflow that we have that might be a future YouTube video. Before we start building, we are going to need a couple prerequisites. The first being the cold email sender JSON. This is what you're going to import into N8N later. The second, the cold email system template. This is a Google Sheet template that is going to feed into the N8N flow. And then lastly, a free N8N account, and then obviously some time. So as long as you have those, we should be good to go. And I'm going to show exactly how to set it up. So the next part is we're going to verify the information on the Google Sheet template. So you download the template here, as we kind of talked about in the last section. And you're going to open it up and verify that these columns all exist in both tabs. So in tab 1, the email queue, we're going to verify that all of this information is there. And in tab 2, we're going to verify that all of this information is there as well. So if I open up our template, we're going to go to email queue, see ID, recipient email, recipient name, subject, message body, status, sent from account, and sent timestamp. On the sent tracking tab, we're going to see email ID, timestamp, recipient email, recipient name, subject, message body, sent from account, and the account index. I would highly recommend filling out an example or a test email or test subject, so maybe send an email to yourself, so that when we try the workflow that it sends to one of your personal emails instead of going out to one of your cold emails right off the bat. So the next part will be setting up the credentials. So as you can see, I have all of the email accounts listed here, and I'm going to go into create credential. I'm going to go to Gmail. This is what you're going to do, and you're signed with Google for every single Gmail account or email account that's getting connected to this workflow. So if you have 50 of them, you need to sign in with all 50 here. If you have 30 of them, then you do all 30 here. The other part that we're going to need to do is we're going to create a credential for Google Sheets as well. So we're going to do the same thing, and then you're going to log in with the Gmail account that you downloaded this template to. So whatever Gmail account this template is on, sign in here to that one. The next part we're going to do is we're going to upload the N8N template into our N8N. So we're going to go create workflow, and you're going to go up to these 3 little dots, and you're going to say import from file, and it'll pop up a file from what you downloaded earlier from the Notion document, and you're going to click on cold email sender JSON, and it should import it perfectly in here. So the next part we're going to need to do is replace their credentials, and that's going to be the next step. So the next part is going to be setting up the nodes with the credentials that we just finished setting up. So the first node that we're going to need it for is the read pending emails node, and so I'll click into it. You're going to connect with that Google Sheets account we set up in the credentials tab earlier. You should say sheet within document, get rows, and then the document, you're going to pick the Google Sheet document that is labeled whatever you made this template labeled as. So if it's called email system template copy, you're just going to put that here. And then in that sheet, you should have the email queue tab. And so you're going to put that as here. The other part you're going to add is you're going to go to add filter, and you're going to put status on the drop down, and you're going to put pending. So that means that every email that says pending in the status, it's going to make sure one goes out. But if it says sent, it'll ignore it and continue to go down the list. And now for the bigger nodes. So as you can see, I have 21 email accounts here, but for every email account, if we go to account 1, we're going to connect the credential to the first Gmail account we set up and go all the way down the list. So you're going to say racers, message, send, read pending emails. This is just going to pull the email it's supposed to send to, the subject, and then the body. So just make sure the biggest thing here is that this is that first email on the list that you should have documented earlier when you were setting them up, and that is in the Notion guide as well. And you're going to do this for every single one of these nodes and just replace it with the correct credential for as many email accounts as you have. And if you have more than that, you can come down here and press Control-C and Control-V and duplicate it, and then go in and change it from the drop down as well. If you do have more accounts than there is in the template, then you're going to want to make sure that you connect it back to this and change the outputs here to however many outputs you have. So if you have 50 emails, you're going to change this to 50 outputs, and you're going to route this line down to here and connect that back to the input 1 of merge all sends. Just a side note, if you have more emails than I do, are going to use more than I will. And so the next node we're going to click into is not the merge all sends. That should be all good to go. It's going to be the mark as sent in queue. So the mark as sent in queue, we're going to fix here. We're going to do the same thing. Click the Google Sheets account, document, email queue again. So we're going to pick that same document we talked about before, same email queue tab, match each column manually, and then we're going to pick ID. It'll have like a little thing. It might say like, oh, can't match rows. Just retry, and it should refresh all of this for you. So the second to last node that we're going to update is the login to sent tracking. So we're going to do the same exact thing we did in the last tab. We're going to go Google Sheets account, cold email system, sent tracking, map each column manually, and then if it has that same error, just press retry, and it should map them all manually. And then this should be good to go. Then we're on to our last node. And so the last node we're going to update is the select account via rotation node. So now we're going to go in and replace the values that are in here with our actual Gmail accounts. We need to do this in order. So account 1 should be the first account we list, and so on. And you'll see here in a second when I open it. So you see how we have Christian at engmediapartners.com as the first account on line 8. Then 9 is the next account, and 10, and so on. This needs to be in order and match how you set these up. So account 1, if we click into it, is the same exact account. If we click into account number 2, it's the same one that should be on line number 9 here. And that is the whole workflow. So from start to finish, we've set up all the credentials, we've routed it the right way, and now it's time for the test. So you will fill out all of these boxes from start to finish. So on this example, we'll put ID 0, as that's the first output here, ID 0. The email you're trying to send to, their name, the subject line of your email, your message body, and then the status should always be pending if it's a new email. It'll say sent after you finish it. So once you have all this filled out, then you'll come in here and press execute workflow. For the next email, best practice is to change this to 1 and rotate through each email evenly so that none of them oversend. So if I have 20 email accounts, I would go 2 and so on until I reach 20. And then after you reach 20, go back to the 0 key ID. But if you have any questions on any of this, feel free to leave a comment. There are a lot of things you can build off of this. So you could integrate HubSpot or your CRM into this instead of a Google Sheet document. You could do a manual trigger instead of a time trigger every 2 minutes. There's a lot of variables that you can change in this, and I'd be happy to discuss them in the comments if you have any ideas. But that's it for me. I'm Christian with E.N.G Media, and I hope you enjoyed the video.